Now let's update you on some athletes we featured earlier this season who are now committed. The top center in the country, Cesar Ruiz of IMG Academy in Florida, is committed to Michigan.
He is fully invested in developing himself, to the bitter end in everything that we do, and I mean that wholeheartedly. And then moreover, you look at just his athletic ability, it allows him to be so diverse even at the next level. He can do so many different things, so he doesn't just rely on being big, right? I mean, he can do what he does with great athleticism and technique, and I mean, that can make him undefeated.
I'm very nasty and aggressive. I'm gonna come off the ball and I'm gonna hit you. I just want to get faster and stronger, work on my technique more. I'm not perfect. There's always areas to improve, of course.
Georgia got good news just before Christmas when Brooklyn native Isaiah Wilson committed to the Bulldogs.
He could bend and he could move, and he does stuff that you don't see anybody his size being able to do. He has just a raw talent for being able to move for somebody as big as he is. I mean, he holds 330 pounds like he's, 250.
A player of his size and athleticism could get on the field relatively early at the next level. Trey Smith of Jackson, Tennessee has been a name to watch for a few years now. Most scouts grade him as a 5-star prospect, and ESPN ranks him as the nation's #1 overall player. He stands 6'5" and weighs about 300 pounds, but his mobility at that size is what sets him apart.
Definitely footwork aspect. I mean, my feet, something that just carry me where to go. It's almost a natural.
After finishing his sophomore season a couple of years ago, Trey was one of the select few underclassmen to be invited to the opening. It's one of the most exclusive camps in the country, and most of the spots are reserved for top prospects going into their senior seasons. Trey, however, got to see how he matched up against top players in the class ahead of him.
It's probably like the best football experience of my life by far. When I first got in, I'm a sophomore. I mean, I'm just looking at all these guys, top prospects, and I was scared out of my mind. But, after I got a couple of reps and the jitters went out, I thought I could actually do it.
After considering several offers from around the country, Trey decided to stay close to home and commit to the Tennessee Volunteers. Things can always change in recruiting, of course. When we met Fort Lauderdale native Daniel Wright back in September, he was committed to Florida State. But he recently changed his commitment to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Daniel's played a few different positions in high school, but he truly enjoys playing safety.
My favorite position, I would say, is free safety. I just love to stay on top of the field. I mean, reading the field is the best thing you can do as a player because you know which leverage to play and how to play it. And it just shows you a better way of being a leader as a safety because you have to be a leader. You have to be able to have the back defense on the side ranges and all the zone coverages, so you have to stay on top. And that just gives you much more guidance into off the field, also being a leader in the class. It just helps you out a lot, and that's why that's my favorite position.
With his great speed and nose for the football, Daniel could be a playmaker in the Alabama secondary in the near future.